Hello, we're live, we're live, we're live. Not something I've been saying I'd play, but something that I've been waiting to come out that apparently came out the other day and I didn't notice. Well, I noticed the day of, but not before I streamed that day, and then, I didn't stream yesterday, so... Whoops. But we're playing Sky Caravan, which I've not played yet. I was waiting till I streamed it. So, new adventure. Sky Caravan, make sure used. We'll do it minimal, I guess. Well, I do like more information. Let's get some information. Hopefully I can change that in case it gives too much information, because I don't want it, like, full on spoiled what's going on. You're entering a broken world, divided into surface and skies. A journey in the clouds will be written by your choices. Consequences will come for you and for those around you. Choose wisely, Caravaner. Caravaner, I don't know. I'm excited. Capybara. Smell of cheap beer and questionable food invades your senses. You walk around, disoriented. This is supposed to be the place. But why, after everything that happened, would the answer be a bar? Hey. Yeah, you. Kindly tell me your name. Well, good sir. I'm Locke. Of course. What are your pronouns? He. Oh. Seems like you're the one I'm looking for, Locke. You brace yourself. Is this an ambush? Chill. I'm just Capybara. And a barman, of course. Fair enough. I run this Capybara. Alright. That's all you need to know for now. Word is you need some work. I can provide that. But I need you to answer some questions. It reads here that you're a surfacer. Rough start, huh? Where do you come from? Your family, you know? Bounty hunter mercenaries, scavengers of the old surface. Deep miners of the red oil shards. Probably scavengers. Tell him you grew up in a community of scavengers from the crumbling plains. Old surface has colossal ruins, rich with valuables. You and your family spent most of your days scavenging. Red oil, working machines, anything useful. Sometimes quality food with luck. Living with the constant earthquakes of surface was miserable. Still, you loved your family and friends. Happiness and hardship. Your mother's words echo in your head. You feel a chill in your stomach. Cue backstory. Very dramatic. Any skills acquired down there I should take note of? Engineering, piloting, foraging. Well, foraging would make sense if we're scavenging, right? I do like to gather things. Not the best at vehicles. We won't look into that. Engineering would be useful for a lot of situations. I do like to gather things, but I'm also not that good at knowing. I think I'm going to go with engineering. Tinkering with machines can make a day go by in the blink of an eye for you. You recall that day when you made a toy hover bike. Your father found you playing with it and came running to you. You got ready for a scolding, after all. You should have been working.
You made this?
He asked. Fear couldn't hold how proud you were of the little contraption. So you said yes.
Pretty cool. Keep at it,
he said, walking away while admiring the toy. It's one of your favorite memories.
Quite troublemaker, huh? I used to be a difficult cub myself.
How did you make the disguise? Well, I only have one option, so I had to rely on smugglers, obviously. You wish there was another choice, but smugglers are the only way upwards for poor surfacers. Your parents got severely injured a few years back. The earthquakes got worse. You'd always known that the only way out was up. You paid a man named Marimbondo for transport. You wonder if you should tell the whole story.
Don't lie to me, friend. This is a job interview.
Tell him that your arrival in the skies was a dream come true. There's no denying it. But all the grana you had still was enough to pay for the trip.
So you owe Marimbondo.
I'll see you in a few months, surfacer, he warned. Just a reminder, your family is your collateral, he said before vanishing.
What a nice guy, this Marimbondo. Doesn't have a menacing name at all. Well, Locke, your story checks out. You're as screwed as I was told you were. But there's something I still don't get. How did an indebted surfacer become the owner of a Caravan-class skyship? Gambling, sole survivor of a caravan expedition, certain apprenticeship with a veteran gap. I don't want to go with gambling. I think I want to do this one.
You explain how hard it was to find a job in the skies as a surfacer. You ended up a deckhand at an ill-fated expedition to uncharted clouds. As the crew went out to explore a floating island, you heard a bone-chilling roar and screams. You waited for a few hours, then a full day. It became clear that you were the only one left. You piloted the 41 bis to the nearest skyport here. It was the perfect opportunity to go to the surface and pick up your family.
And why are you still here then?
Yeah, well, got threatened by Marimbondo, you know. You explain how one day you woke up to Marimbondo at your cabin. 2 goons by his side.
Hello, little ruin rat. Now that your living situation is upgraded, your debt needs to be adjusted, he said. I want 20,000 G. You have 4 months. Fail. Fail and I'll pay your folks a visit. If you dare try going to surface, I'll know.
Next thing you remember is getting up from the floor with the strongest headache you've ever had. That was a week ago. Since then, you asked around and found out that there was good pay working for the capybaras.
A rough twist there, friend. Still, you've come to the right place. We serve the best coxenhaas in the skyways. I don't know what that is. But that's not all. This is a shell company for the CCA, the Capybara Caravaneers Association. Caravanners. I don't know.
Seems like Caravaneers.
Most trusted deliveries in all skies. Only 45% death rate for deliverers. An industry record. That doesn't sound safe.
Your stomach freezes. 45% death rate? You ask for the bathroom. You need to gather yourself for a bit. Maybe puke.
Can't let you go to the bathroom. You might run away.
Anyways, you're one of us now. Congratulations. Come sign some papers.
I'm one of the CCA's representatives. We need captains and ships. It's getting harder to hire people these days.
You wonder why.
You'll be a sky caravaner. You make deliveries, we pay you. 1 delivery a month. Make enough deliveries and you can pay your scaly friends.
The death rate is still ringing in your head, but this might actually be the best way to pay off your debt.
For rookies like you, a delivery can go from 500,000 G to 800,000 G. I presume. That is a gross pay, though. You still have to take some caravan expenses into account. If you damage the cargo or mess up too bad, your ship is collateral from the moment you sign with us. Anyways, just try to make deliveries on time. There are consequences if you don't.
Like what? Are you gonna get beaten up by a bunch of capybaras or something?
Friend, what is wrong with you? We're peaceful. If you're late, you get a deduction from your pay, 15%.
Seems reasonable. You have 4 months. You could make 4 successful deliveries.
You may have a ship, but I wouldn't call you a captain. Not yet. Use training. You want a tutorial?
Give me a tutorial. I've never done this before.
You monitor your ship through the panels. Have to complete the delivery within a certain number of days. Okay, that's fair enough. Be late and we'll take 15% off your pay, like I said before. You can see your account balance of Grana up there. Yeah, I'm poor. Oh, I'm not poor. Thank you. It's constantly updated with every transaction. The CCA is a diligent company. Finish delivery, get the Grana. It's simple enough. Any money you come across during the delivery is yours to keep. It's yours to lose, too. As the captain, what you need to pay the most attention to is your status panel. It displays the current amount of morale, supplies, and fuel. I have nothing. In your sky ship, I have everything. You'll start with everything at 80% capacity. Courtesy. Don't get too used to it. Every day your stats will deplete slightly. Traveling the skyways puts pressure on the ship and the crew. Choices of the captain can also affect these resources for better or worse. Reach 0 on any of them and the ship goes down. You must be wondering how we measure the crew's morale with a computer. That's proprietary information. Stop wondering. Okay. Choice directly affects your ship. A warning will be displayed. The effect may be positive or negative. Take chances, but be mindful of your resources. Mutiny, hunger, and freefall are common deaths for caravaneers. Don't be a statistic. Last thing, your orange button skips to the next choice, in case you're in a hurry. That's about it. Want me to repeat the tutorial? No, I'm good, thank you. You won't be able to fly your caravan on long trips alone. A crew has been assigned to you. An engineer, a pilot, and a cook. They're waiting for you here at the bar. You can barely pilot the ship alone, but still. You'll be responsible for other people's lives? Go talk to them. Their lives depend on you now. That's just great to hear. I advise checking the caravan manager too. It's the computer at my side. Manage your ship's resources there. Doesn't hurt to be cautious, just don't overspend. When you're done, come talk to me, Captain Locke. I have a delivery ready for you. Alright. I'll look at this. I don't want to spend anything I don't have to spend right now. You're Jackie. I like you. I don't know if I like Clever. I mean, I like his design. I don't know. I like Bardo. Let's talk to Bardo. Short-tempered, grumpy, but talented cook. The only moment you'll see him smile is when the subject of the talk is food. The capybara may be a dump, but the food here probably outperforms most meals you've had in service. Looking around, you notice how the anteater seated next to you is staring at his plate. I suppose fries could use some salt. The steak is a bit tougher than I expected to. Nevertheless, it works well enough as a dish. Yet I could definitely improve the standards of this place. He's gonna be your cook. Oh, greetings. Sorry if I caused a disturbance. He takes a minute inspecting you before he realizes and jumps up. Captain, of course. Where are my manners? I am Bardo, your humble chef. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. He looks at you hesitantly. The mood is awkward. How should you greet him? He seems nice. Acting playful. He looks at him. Seems nice. I like him. Say that you appreciate his energy and introduce yourself.
I don't usually behave like this, though. It was just a surprise. Allow me to ask you a question, if you don't mind, Captain Locke. Do you know how to cook? You had no choice but to learn, honestly. If you're surviving on the surface. You had to learn at least a little if you wanted to survive in the surface. See, what did I say? You certainly can't call yourself a chef, but you know the basics. Surfacer, you say? You must have gone through a lot to be a caravan captain. I gather you did not have access to any particularly good ingredients or utensils down there. Yet you still took the do-it-yourself route. That is kind of initiative I respect. As for me, I am living the caravaner life to challenge myself. Although I have gathered quite the experience working in the kitchens all over the Skyways, it is my first time working as a solo chef. Seems like Bardo is beginning to feel more comfortable in the conversation. Now would be a good time to ask him a thing or two. And ask for more information about him, his area of expertise, or maybe talk about your ship. I'd love to hear about your cooking. I will be responsible for feeding all of you. Tripulation's fuel, as I like to say. Overall, you can count on me making a magnificent fioda to celebrate our deliveries. Very well. Can I help you with anything else, Captain? Yeah, tell me about you. Yeah, I come from distant clouds. Left my clan of anteaters to make my name as a chef. I was very young. They told me a cub like me wouldn't handle life in the Skyways. Turns out I managed to join the Mandioca Cooks Guild, and cooked in many places since then. Not all positive experiences, I have to say. One day I will come back to my clan. I will show them they were wrong. I just need to... His eyes drift to the wall ahead of him. In a second, Barto feels miles away. Very well. Can I help you with anything else, Captain? Sure. Tell me, do you know anything about my ship? No, I know all about my ship. I should tell you about my ship. You brief him on your ship, trying to paint a picture of the storage space and kitchen. Oh my, that sounds terrible. But I will make it work wonders. You will be delighted. I probably deal with very old equipment, though. Repairs may be frequent. Anyway, I'll be finishing my meal here, waiting for your call. It was a pleasure, Captain. I'm looking forward to serve your ship. Alright. I don't know you, so I won't judge you. You walk towards the man with the tacky shirt. Well, apparently I'm going to judge you. He's crooning a song, gaze fixed on the window. Drinking from this crappy cotcha. All I can think about is you. Oh, Captain, right? Didn't see you there. I was just singing some Satanjo, best genre in the Skyways. Don't know if you guys have that in Surface. Surface? Was he eavesdropping on your conversation or what? My bad. I haven't introduced myself. I'm Cleaver, your pilot. Pleased to meet you. What do I know about you? That's Bardo. That's Jackie. Cleaver, streetwise pilot. He's reckless, even a bit shady sometimes, but always down for adventure. I like him. I mean, he's a little shady, yes, but he seems friendly enough, and he likes adventure. I don't know. This one seems like the right combination of shady and experience. You shake his hand with a big smile and introduce yourself. Love your energy, Cap. By the way, I was 100% eavesdropping, but I'm not that bad of a person, I swear. I just see who I was piloting for, you know? Worked for all kinds of folks. Best way to know someone, just be a good listener. Especially when they don't know you are listening. Anyways, I'm hyped up and ready to fly, Cap. This guy's truly something. I take it back, I don't like him anymore. No, he's alright. Did you hear about your debt, though? Hard to tell. In any case, now would be a good time to make some small talk with him. You ask for more information about him and his area of expertise, or maybe talk about your ship. Alright. I'm from a little village near Aquarella, one of the biggest floating cities around here, in case you don't know. Had a tough childhood. Made some correct choices. Came out of it with some useful piloting skills, though. I could fly a fridge from here to the Spore Heights and land it perfectly. Well, maybe not the Spore Heights, anyways.
I'm excited to experience Caravan. Compared to some of their stuff I've been through, this could be a good chance of pace. Something more official, you know? You wonder how working for a deadly clandestine association of capybaras could be more official. Anyway, anything else you want to ask me, Cap? Piloting. I'll be responsible for driving us around. Come storm, spores, pelican, and I'll get us through. I've been all across the skies and never crashed. Fine, maybe I crashed a few times. Anyway, I'm alive. If there's some problem regarding navigation, I'm your man. Taking risks is my thing. But if we're in pickle, make sure you hear everybody. Before agreeing with me, of course. Anyway, anything else you want to ask me, Cap? I should tell you about my ship. You explained to Kleber your ship's specifications, trying really hard to paint a clear picture. Cap, you don't need to give me all that. I just have to sit on that cockpit and it'll be like knowing the 41 bits for years. Trust me, the one piloting matters more than the ship. I'll prove you that. Okay, real talk now. I respect you. You've been through some. I've been too. I think we'll understand each other. Nice to meet you, Captain Locke. Call me when you're ready. I'm dying to meet the 41 bits. Alright. Jackie. You eye the pool table, a girl with 3 arms. What? She has 3 arms? I see 2 arms. Is playing against the hologram, immensely focused. Looks like it's your new engineer. You approach her to introduce yourself. I still only see 2 arms. Am I blind? Oh, hey, come here for a sec. You see that ball 3 over there? I want to pocket it. But there's ball 7 right in front of it. There's 2 ways I can tackle. Oh no, there's the other arm. Was it always there? I wasn't paying enough attention. That could be. There's 2 ways I can tackle this. I can try to shoot ball 6, which is really close at the 3 directly. I can go bold and try to vault the ball 1 over the 7. Both moves can work, so I'm kind of torn between the 2. One pick one. I like seeing a good vault. And I'll go with the vault. Tell her to try a trick shot. Life's too short. Sounds good. She takes a big breath and hits it impeccably. I should see. Very serious needs. Okay. Look at that. So you're the daredevil type, Captain. It's great to meet you. I'm Jackie, your engineer. Shakes your hand with all 3 of hers at the same time. She looks at you with anticipation and curiosity, waiting for you to greet her back. Return that excited energy. Shake each hand separately, and she seems to appreciate the joke. You say you're excited to work alongside her. You can count on me, Captain. I'll make sure the ship runs super smoothly. Can't really hide my excitement, can I? It's been my dream to be a caravaner since I was a kid. Feels great to finally be here. Now that you've broken the ice, it's a good opportunity to learn a bit more about your new crewmate. You ask her for more information about her. I want to hear your past. Well, I'm from this skyport right here, born and raised. Learned everything from Grandma. She's a caravaner herself, but retired just before I was born. I grew up with stories from her and other caravaners from all around the skies. I've been waiting for this moment since forever. Got anything else to say? I'm all ears. Mechanic? Tell her, Jackie, you're definitely not a professional like her, but you learned a bit by tinkering with machines when younger. That's awesome. I want to hear all about it. Maybe I can teach you a trick or 2 if you want to. I'll make the 41 bits run like a charm. You'll see. If there's any problems, count on me to offer solutions and execute them. That doesn't mean I will always have the perfect solution, of course. I might be a cyborg, but I'm still human. I know my way around an engine room on fire, though. True story. Anything else to say? I'm all ears. Why did you... Well, we'll talk about my ship right now. Give some info on your ship, hoping she understands it better than you do. Not gonna lie, Captain. The way you describe it, the 41 bits will be quite an engineering challenge. The heat may be a problem depending on the cargo. We'll have to look at it case by case. Don't worry, though. It might be an
an outdated class of Caravan, but if it survived this far, we can go even farther with it. Trust me. What about you, Captain? I've never seen you around the Skyport. Tell her about your surfacer roots and a bit about your past scavenger life. Whoa, a surfacer? So you don't really know much about the skies yet, right? But don't worry. This won't be a problem at all. I trust you. We'll make a good crew. Anyway, I'll be here waiting for our first delivery. Can't wait to start adventuring with you, Captain Locke.
Alright, my capybara friend.
Ready to fly.
I want to talk about something else.
Sure, not like much else to shoot.
No. I can pet him? Send your hand to pet the capybara man.
Friend, what do you think you're doing? Do I look like someone's pet? Don't try that again.
But what if I do? Send your hand to pet the capybara man.
I know capybaras have a reputation for always being chill, but keep trying, you'll find out that's far from the truth.
Alright, we won't do it anymore then. We'll start a delivery.
Here you go.
Cargo, 12 exotic pet eggs. Miss Rosanna of Aquila's Critter Corner, 8 days. And then client requests you to take a dozen different eggs, all contain exotic critter. Corner shop at Aquila Marketplace. She says it's an easy job, you just have to keep them secured, and your crew deliver them all without breaking, probably.
The 5th passenger. Destination, Aquarella.
Isn't this where Kleber's from? After getting cargoes from the Capybara's warehouse, you call your client through the 41 bis terminal. Look at the crew. They seem nervous, just like you. Animal eggs are a big responsibility. Before you all can keep musing about your cargo's fragility, the screen cracks to life.
Hey there.
Hey there. Guess you're the ones who took my request. Ah, it's been a while since I've seen a specimen like you. Hi. You briefly introduce yourself. The crew follows out of courtesy. After Bardo says his name, Rosanna interrupts. Yeah, you. Don't know the last time I saw an anteater that big. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm used to seeing way smaller members of your species. Claws like his around. I bet no one messes with you guys, huh? I had no idea Bardo was that unique. Honestly, you thought all anteaters were this size. But again, you're just a servicer. There's a lot to catch up on. I'm just the cook, man. Sure you are, big guy. Anyway, the beautiful exotic eggs I bought are in your ship now, ready to come home. See, it's your first time delivering them to me. Don't fret, it's not that hard. Hope she's right. Either way, it is your first delivery, so it's better to ask any questions you have. You can request more information about the cargo or ask her more about herself. I should ask about the cargo. The eggs are all of different species, from all sorts of places in the skies. They're very fragile, so keep them safe in their incubators until you get to Aquarella. Once you bring them to me, I'll take care of them until they hatch into pretty little pets. The incubators will keep them in the right temperature for now. I know for a fact there's no risk of them hatching, not unless you really mess up. Anyways, I'm sure that won't be the case. Well, I'll see you in Aquarella, don't be late. Around you, your crew members glance at each other nervously. Exotic pets, huh? The Aquarella marketplace sounds interesting. Maybe someone else can tell you what it's like there. Give me your information. You're from there. It's been a while since I've been there, but I'm excited to go back. When there's a soccer game or a race, some bars have dedicated sports pools. You should come with me. I think I'm a pretty good predictor. And speaking of bars, I know one where they place
certain and certain Joel. Music every Friday. If our arrival matched up, we could all go there to celebrate the delivery. Either way, no time to lose. Let's plot the course and set out. Still worried about the condition of the eggs. Despite Rosanna's reassuring words, you'd rather not take any chances. It's probably a good idea to have someone checking the cargo every once in a while. But who should you choose? You can't help but be unsure. You barely know them. Looks like you'll have to go with your gut. So, pilot shouldn't be checking. Bardo is a chef. We don't really want the eggs for cooking, but maybe that would still correlate in some degree. I don't imagine Jackie's the one that I want to do it. Unless the machines have problems, and I want Jackie to check it. I'll send Jackie. Just in case.
Sounds good. I won't let you down, Captain.
Time to put what I know to the test. Careful, Jackie. Can't exactly fix broken eggs with a wrench, you know.
At least I can fix incubators if they break. Can you? Don't mind him. You seem responsible enough for the job. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Barto.
Jokes aside, everyone seems a bit on edge. Hope you made the right decision. With the cargo watch decided, you plot the course to Aquarella. So begins the cruise. First delivery. 1 day passes. You all wake up earlier than usual the next morning with the roar of a colossal thundercloud approaching your route. Don't panic, people. It'll just be a small course correction. 2 ways we could deal with this, Captain. 1, we could take the longer way around, going around the storm. Or 2, we could just go through it as fast as we can.
And face that storm? Are you out of your mind?
I feel going around it better than facing the storm. We'll have to burn a bit more fuel for that, but it's definitely a safer choice.
I say the safest option would actually be latching to one of the emergency beacons nearby. We can spend the night there and wait for the storm to pass. We're about 3 or 4 days away from the marketplace in Aquarella, isn't that right, Kleber?
Stop fretting, Uto. Are you really caravanners? I bet I can get us through, no problem. No need to waste time or fuel. We seems to come to an agreement. You all seem to have a point, though. You wonder who you should listen to. So, it depends. Like, I don't feel cutting through is smart, because we'd have to go through, as he said, fast as we can. That could disrupt the eggs. Going around, simple enough. Waving it out. Is this just... Okay. If we wait it out, that's not that bad. We'll wait it out.
Good decision, Captain. The time we waste is a small price to pay if we want to complete the job and stay away from danger.
Hopefully we won't end up late. We still have some travel ahead of us.
We wouldn't have to think...
We wouldn't have to think about it. If I could just speed through it. I can't do his voice now. I lost it. We wouldn't have to think about it. No. We wouldn't have... Nope, I lost Kleber's voice. Cruz stares enough to silence Kleber's complaints. That goes by slowly, but you have to admit the sky looks quite beautiful after the storm has passed. Excuse me, sorry. Now that you've started working together, mealtime has been interesting to say the least. Barro's a respectable chef. Tends to carefully consider nutrition and supplies in his cooking, not just taste. He can be a tad peculiar sometimes, though. Seems like it's one of those days, and as he's been locked in the kitchen all morning without letting anyone in. The noise, however, is quite enticing. When the door finally opens, you see Barto holding a basket filled with rectangular fried snacks.
Everyone, today is your lucky day. I have just come up with a new recipe.
Please, please come try. I'm sure it will blow you away, Captain. Ooh, pastel. Look at you pampering us with snacks. Think someone is happy the Captain went with his plan yesterday, huh? Are you trying to make up for the lost time, perhaps? In any case, I'm glad. Oh, stop it. I just felt like doing something different. Sure haven't seen any snack like that back in the surface. Considering Jackie's excitement, it must be quite tasty. Should you ask her about it, or take a closer look yourself?
I'll ask her. Turn to Jackie and ask if pastels are common in the skies.
Wait, you've never had any? They're pretty popular. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Me and Grandma always went for these with some sugarcane juice when I was a kid, you know. I experimented a bit with the filling. We had some bittersweet bananas in storage. I've never worked with them before, but there's no time like the present.
Ew. When you said you were trying something new, I was afraid it had something to do with the eggs.
Do you really think I would do that to our cargo?
Geez. No. Geez. Don't sweat it. It was just a joke. Anyway, I am not a big fan of sweet stuff. Yes, I'll pass.
Your loss.
Bittersweet bananas.
Well, I tend to stick to meats or cheese when it comes to fillings. But hey, I'm up for it. Well then, bon appetit.
Take a bite out of the pastel. It's still piping hot. Most of all, it's insanely bitter. Whatever Bartwood did took the sweetness completely out of the equation. Looking at Jackie, her reaction is about the same as yours. Barter looks at you with anticipation in his eyes. Can't help but notice his tail. Is it wagging like a dog's?
Well, what is your verdict?
It is an intriguing combination, is it not? Be honest, but I will praise his creativity. Give Barter the truth, making sure to encourage him to try harder next time.
I see, so it ended up being too bitter for your taste. Do not worry, though. I know exactly how to fix this. The crust is very nice, though. I love the cinnamon. Much appreciated, you two. I shall keep that in mind.
This could have gone better, but you're confident that Bardo will make you some delicious pastels in the future. Away we go, one day passes. Ooh, pretty. Finally arrive at Aquarella. Sea of vibrantly colored house clusters is definitely clusters. There we go. That's for some reason I kept reading clutters and my brain just would not. I was like, this doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense when I read the right word. The sea of vibrantly colored house clusters is definitely a fascinating sight.
Oh my! Look over there!
Jackie points at one of the windows from where you can see a huge banner being towed by a tiny helicopter.
Aquarella's summer festival has already begun.
All right, it's barbecue season. The festival's chuck roast skewers are really well known. Definitely worth taking a bite.
Do you know what else happens during barbecues? Soccer betting. There's always someone willing to bet on a match. I've got some good guarana before.
Speaking of games, there's always a charity tournament happening. I've heard that the game chosen for the event this year was pool.
The crew sure seems excited. Shortstop might be a good opportunity to get them start getting along with each other. Still, it's your first delivery and you have a deadline to meet. Shouldn't you be more focused? You look kind of tense, Captain. Let me guess, you're worried about the delivery. Don't worry, the festival is a public holiday here.
And when there is a holiday in Aquarella, most of the city stops.
Even our routes are blocked during the day, so everyone can take part in the festival. Sounds like you'll have to take the day off. Well, I'll look for a platform to land the 51 this.
Don't worry, won't have enough time to explore the whole event, though. We probably won't have enough time to explore the whole event, though. Especially if we split, so everyone can enjoy the evening.
Fair enough. I will be next to the skewers if you need me.
I'll take a look at the pool tournament. Maybe I can find a partner to play with.
There's a soccer screen today. If anyone wants to bet some grana, I'll be there. It's first time in Aquarella, but your crewmates seem quite familiar with the festival. Maybe you should take it along with someone. Why does this have a chance for fuel? Can I get extra fuel? I don't want to risk my money. But I would love, love, love to get some fuel. You decided to join Jackie in the tournament. Jackie's my favorite so far. Well, Bardo and Jackie are kind of tied. Anyways. I'm glad you're tagging along, Locke. So pull partners then. Don't worry, I can always carry us through. Jackie grabs your hand and leads you to the registration site inside a warehouse. Welcome, caravanners, one of the organizers says through a microphone. This is a charity tournament. To apply, you must donate a gallon of fuel. Some of the fuel raised will be distributed to travelers in need. The rest will be distributed among the winners of each match. This better be worth it. You quickly return to the ship to grab a small gallon. Okay, this is a risk. Perfect, thank you, the organizer says, taking your fuel. Yeah, that's a problem. You're directed to a table where two players are waiting. Alright, Locke, let's go. You briefly talk to the adversaries. Leia Ramos, a tall woman with a scar over her left eye, or on her left eye, and her partner Flavio, a giant mantis. We'll have to alternate shots. If you're not confident in pocketing, you can try disrupting their plays or setting me up. And with that, Jackie goes to play the break shot, freeing balls from their triangle formation. They scatter and the game is on. Snowballs are pocketed. It's the other team's turn. Ramos managed to hit use one of your balls to hit ball 13, sinking it right off the bat. Not a good start for you. Mantis then goes up, but fumbles a bit, and ball 9 ends up in an awkward spot. It's your team's turn again, so you get in position. Jackie gives you a thumbs up. Ball 6 is in a good spot. You might pocket it. You know, I'll set up 3 for Jackie or try to disrupt the other team by making your 7 hit their 10. It's in a good spot. I'll do it. Go for broke and strike the solid as hard as you can. Ball 4 is knocked to the side, but you manage to pocket 6 in one of the corners. Nice, Captain. I won't waste that chance. Using your turn, Jackie leans a bit over the table and manages to find a good angle to hit 4 from where you left it. Ricochets against the rail, and surprisingly bounces back against the queue and sinks it into the opposite corner. We're on the right track. It's your turn again. What do you do? So where's 7 and 5 in all this? Do I know? I don't know. I'm not going to risk anything. I'm going to set up ball 2 for Jackie. Maybe you can give Jackie more options to follow through. Hit 2 from where you are and send to more open space. Good call, Locke. Don't worry, we can do this. It's Jackie's turn next. It's very direct, actually striking ball 5 with such force that it goes straight into the hole. Good plays come with experience. I'm sure you'll be a good pool partner if we keep at it. Well, time for one more shot. What do you go for? Let's see. What do I know about these balls? Anything? Nothing. I don't know anything. I don't know. I'll try to pocket ball 3. You're at least getting this one if it's the last thing you do. Carefully, you hit solid 3. And it slowly goes towards the pocket, falling in what you think was a really graceful motion. Maybe you're being overly dramatic, but you can always blame it on the fact that you're playing against experienced players. Jackie pats you on the back, chuckling. Jackie then takes aim at ball 2. Jackie hits the cushion on her right, but it bounces back and lands on the top left corner. Your turn, Captain. We might even end this in a few shots if we do it right. Time to make this count. Take aim at ball 1. It bounces against the cushions a grand total of 4 times before falling into the pocket to your and Jackie's elation. There's only one ball left for you and Jackie to get, number 8. It's Jackie's turn. You can't help but think it's only fair that she gets to finish this. The engineer gets into position, taking a moment to compose herself. After a moment of tense silence between the four of you, Jackie shoots. It's another one of her fast and precise shots. Following the loud crack of the cue stick, the 8-ball passes by the opposing team's remaining stripes and goes in. That was a good game, folks. You and Jackie are momentarily taken by surprise, both at the friendly tone and the fact that Ramos has spoken for the first time.
Heck yeah, it was.
We won, Mock. Receives the prize fuel from the organizer. Yes! Flavios just rolls his eyes and leaves, not without bumping into you. Don't mind him. Flavio has good techniques, but being a great player is more than that. You're on the right track, I'd say. And you, Jackie, right? You were great. I have no idea how I've never seen you at a tournament before.
Well, I'm always up for a challenge. If we ever meet again, you bet we're playing.
Ramos smiles at that. You chat a bit more with her before going back to the ship. As you stroll alongside Jackie, you wonder what other stories you can find in Aquarella. You finally get back, you notice how the crew looks more relaxed, each telling stories of their days. The city feels so alive, so different from the crumbling plains. Could be a place to start over one day. Aquarella is a colossal city. In order to control the intense traffic flow, there are strict speed limits in place. It'll take a couple of days before you finally get to the marketplace. While you're planning your route across the city, you hear someone approaching you.
Captain, something happened with the eggs. Looks like one of them hatched during the night.
Take a deep breath. It's manageable. All you gotta do is keep the hatchling in the cargo hold.
That's the problem, Mock. It's not in the cargo hold anymore.
Jackie tries to think of something.
Well, I found this too. It was near the hatched eggs incubator.
Jackie hands you a blue scale.
We have a lead at least.
At least it's a start. Better call the others. You'll need the whole crew for this.
Oh no.
You'll gather in the cargo hold.
Rosanna insisted there was no risk of hatching.
We should call her and demand an explanation. I don't think it's that simple. Don't think it's that simple, man. It's way more likely we'll just get yelled at if we report this to the client. I can't help it, Kleber. I can't do your voice anymore. I don't know what happened to me. I had such a good voice for you, and then I lost it.
Maybe even have our pay dock, too. After all, we're a caravan on its first delivery. Something like this could be seen as inexperience or even incompetence.
Let's call her. She's gonna find out when we get there. Your heart is racing, but you call her anyway. Oh, hey, you're just a few days from here, right? Take it everything is fine with the eggs? Tell the truth. You tell her about the hatched egg. Rosanna's expression hardens.
Hatched? But that's impossible.
Explain what happened as best as you can with your crewmates filling in the blanks.
I see. Well then, you just have to find and catch the runaway pet before you get here. And how are we supposed to do that exactly? Chances of any of these babies leaving a moving ship is pretty much zero. So all you need to do is locate it. Put those instincts to use, big guy. Madam, I do not think that is how it works.
Too late. Rosanna's turned off the call.
Guess we're really dealing with this ourselves, huh?
I'm sure we can come up with a plan, can't we? Should be no different from hunting your dinner back in the surface, probably.
We need a place to start. What kind of animal are we dealing with? Rosanna didn't elaborate on the eggs, neither did the label on the incubator. All that was in the label was the name Mafagathol. That's probably its species.
Mafagathos? You recall hearing that name from some stories back in the surface. You had no idea they were actually real. Judging by the looks your crew members are sporting, neither have they.
If we're tracking down an exotic pet ourselves, we'll need to lure it out of hiding. I propose leaving some sort of bait, a snack if you may.
I like how you think, Chef. Leaving some food on a good old trap should do the trick.
I didn't mean it that way, you brute. The animal's more likely to be pacified if it becomes content. We leave the food somewhere visible to attract the pet. No traps needed. Maybe more productive if we could track it down somehow. I have some spare grease. Maybe we could put some along the ship. That way it might leave a trail for us to follow.
I don't think that's a good one. At the end, it's up to you, Cap. Whose plan do you want to put into action? The trap isn't that bad, but I don't know what the kind of creature this is. Because it could panic and destroy the trap. Bardo, please don't lead me wrong. Please don't lead me wrong. Bardo has a point. You could spread portions of food in a strategic spot of the ship.
I'm glad you agree, Captain. The situation calls for something other than force.
How do you do it, though? We don't know anything about this Mafagafo or its diet.
Simple. I'll try coming up with a few different variants of the bait.
Who knows how long that it might take, though.
I'll try out your suggestion, Captain. Though there remains the matter of where.
You can go left to the kitchen, stay here in the cargo hold, or go right in, or go to the We'll do it in the common room. Common room is right in the center of the ship. The chance of attracting the Mafagafo with food is good.
I agree. That seems best. Let's just put in practice as soon as we can.
If you change your mind and want to put your treats in a trap, just give me a call, Chef.
There will be no need. You'll see, you buffoon.
Crew gets ready to execute the plan. I can't talk. It's okay. You don't have a lot of time left, and you'd rather not get on Rosanna's bad side. I don't like that my relationship with everyone just dropped. Me and Cleaver need to get along. It's been over a day, and you haven't seen hide or hair of the mysterious Mafagafo. Maybe it can camouflage itself? I haven't even heard whatever noise it probably makes. At this point, you and the crew are starting to panic. You've all taken searching through the ship. During one of these searches, you enter the common room. The others are probably searching elsewhere, like their quarters. Just then you see a bundle of blue scales on top of one of Bardo's improvised feeders. It moves to look at you. The animal has a short, leathery tail, 2 small feet, and a pair of wings. Its short beak and narrow eyes have a curious look. Even though you didn't recognize the name, something about the creature seems familiar up close. The Mafagafo takes flight briefly, then lands a bit closer. Looks like it's inspecting you curiously. Time to think of a way to capture the creature.
Pet.
Relax your posture and try to approach slowly. The Mafagafo tilts its head, looking straight at you, but it doesn't move. Extend your hand and try to pet it. It flinches for a second, but then leans into your hand. Once the Mafagafo looks content enough, you attempt to pick it up. It flays around for a second, but settles in your arms. Satisfied, you take it to the cargo hold, rounding up the rest of the crew. It just needed a friend. Your crew assembles, following your call. So the Mafagafo is in the cargo hold now. Nice work, Captain. I'm glad feeding the creature was enough.
Well, it clearly worked better than a trap would have.
Well, what now?
I guess we just keep an eye on the Mafagafo until we get to the Aquarella Marketplace. And feed it regularly, of course.
Sounds like a plan. At least you can sleep well knowing your cargo is safe. Well, turns out sleep isn't coming so easily. Maybe you should check up on the Mafagafo just in case. Yeah, I agree. Let's check on the Mafagafo. As you reach the cargo hold, you notice Bardo is there. Your cook is watching the exotic pet eat from a shallow bowl.
Hello, Captain. The Mafagafo is doing fine, as you can see. I must say, I'm happy my food helped solve this issue. Of course, I cannot take all the credit. You found it while you were alone, after all. It's thanks to our combined efforts that the Mafagafo is safe and sound now. Good leadership is important both in a caravan and in the kitchen. I am glad to see my captain make good choices.
Which snack worked? Anyways, I should find that out. Watching the Mafagafo eat, you ask him which bait ended up working.
Ah yes, surprisingly it was the banana pastels. Might not have been my best creation, and I still have much to improve. Still, I'm glad someone got to enjoy it.
Two of you chat a bit more before you go back to bed, leaving Bardo to his watch. Huh. That's lucky. You finally reach the Aquarella Marketplace. Cleaver lands the ship in the designated cargo area and starts taking out the incubators. Bags will be fine to carry, but the Mafagafo can make a fuss. Should you trust someone with it? Yeah. Putting your trust in your crew is what let you recapture the Moff Gothel, after all. Who should choose for the task? Bardo. It has a relationship with him. You tell Bardo to take care of the Moff Gothel until you reach the shop.
Consider it done, Captain. Thank you for trusting me.
Ah, is our pet anteater glad to make a new friend?
Tonight's menu is grilled giant beetle. Would you like it whole or dice, Kleber?
At least you dealt with the situation the best you could, though you'll have to explain it to Rosanna. Well, no time to waste. You and the crew enter the large structure. The marketplace looked huge from the outside, but the inside seems even bigger, only because of how crowded it is. It's a mishmash of different shops and services, each with its own distinct flair.
We still need to walk a bit, according to the address. The 3 corridors over there lead to the same place, the main court. Rosanna's shop will be there.
You can show walk around then. Come on, pick a corridor. Left, right. Let's take the left. Jackie points to a hardware store her grandma used to visit. You also pass a small playground filled with kids, an electronics store with a large fan, and a shoe store that even has options for folks with multiple pairs of feet. After navigating the crowds for a few minutes, you reach Rosanna's shop, Critter Corner. It's easily distinguishable by the myriad of animals in different enclosures. The sheer variety of exotic pets results in a strange combination of colors, sounds, and smells.
Hey there. Glad to see you made it. I assume you managed to find the missing pet? We did, madam. We had the Moff Gothel here with us.
Great. I knew those claws of yours weren't just for show.
Madam?
Rosanna's expression shifts into a thoughtful one, though she's still frowning.
It was only the Moff Gothel egg that hatched, huh? Say, the part of your ship where you store cargo, what's it like?
Question is strange, but you answer the best you can with Jackie filling in some bits.
Yeah, there's a good chance it was this. Let me explain. Moff Gothels are a weird bunch. I've been in the business since I was a teen, and I never saw anything like them. Turns out they can have a lot of different traits depending on the environment they hatch in. Color, hide, even body structure is different. That adaptability is how they survive out there, and also why they sell as pets. But more importantly, the eggs don't hatch unless they're in a certain temperature range.
Makes sense. With the ship and cargo hold being the way they are, the heat of the room must have added to that of the incubator.
Yeah, which explains why only the Moff Gothel egg hatched. In those conditions, it reached its perfect temperature. So had the heat been any higher, we would have dealt with a dozen exotic pets roaming around?
Damn. All that trouble because of the 41 bits is an old piece of junk, then.
Well, yeah, though I guess we couldn't really do anything about it.
You did, though. I gotta give you some credit. You managed to catch a slippery thing.
Well, with all 12 pets here, I guess we can wrap this up. Don't worry, your accident won't affect our business. Don't think any of us could have predicted it. Sure, I can find someone out there to buy the little critter, even if they can't change the way it looks. If I may, Rosanna, would you allow us to purchase the Moff Gothel?
Huh? What's cutting into you, Chef?
Ah, I get it. You got attached to it, eh? Well, I guess for you I could negotiate a price.
Wait a second, Bardo. I'm not sure we're equipped to keep a pet around.
Oh, I'm aware, but I know someone who is. They run an animal sanctuary. They can definitely keep it. Forgive me if I'm overstepping, Captain, but I'm worried about the Moff Gothel's well-being. It's hard to tell what kind of owner will buy it. Well, you can give me the Moff Gothel, the other pets, or buy it from me. Either way, I end up making a sale, but it's up to you. Anyway, that would be 500 grana for the little creature. I don't have that money. Well, I have that money. 500?
Well, they aren't called exotic pets for no reason. Well then, do you finish your delivery or go with Barto's plan for the Moff Gothel? I'm too nice. You want to pay your debt, but not at the cost of other people's happiness. Especially not if these people are basically helping you pay that debt in the first place. Bardo sends you a grateful look.
Thank you, Captain. It's about a day's travel from here.
Alright then, I'll just take the 500 from your reward and we're good to go.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's actually fair.
Oh, before I forget, take this whistle for the Moff Gothels. Consider this a little extra. I've heard that it works in surface as well. Their Moff Gothels are beautiful. Managed to adapt pretty well there, despite the unfavorable living conditions. So they do live there, too, huh? Seems like the stories are true. Pleasure doing business with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, the pets literally can't sell themselves. Trip to the animal sanctuary goes without much incident, surprisingly. The Moffgoth was fed twice a day, and the vents are kept closed. Most of that happens, Cleaver getting pecked twice. Fair enough. Next day, you arrive at the animal sanctuary the next day. Bardo couldn't be happier. Gee, Chef. I think you'd won a cooking contest or something.
Well, I dare say I am just that happy. After all, we completed a delivery as a crew and did a good deed to boot.
Bardo directs you towards a reception center currently occupied by an armadillo.
Ahem. Hello, Tatiana. We've got a specimen for the sanctuary. Could you help us with the paperwork?
While Bardo talks with the receptionist, who seems to be an old friend of his, Jackie approaches you.
I don't think I've ever seen our grumpy cook this happy for this long. He might be strict, but I guess he's got a good heart. I think you all do. Even Cleaver.
Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. After a few minutes, you bring the Moffgoth out. Soon after, you say your goodbyes and release it into the reserve. Well, can't say I expected this delivery to take this turn when we first picked up the chip at the Capybara. Feel like you got to know your crew a bit better. Honestly, you're fine with that debt taking a little longer to pay. Codename Moffgoth. Making your way back to the Capybara. You should be sleeping, yet as insomnia hits you hard this night. You just completed your first delivery as a caravaner, a captain at that. Still, you're filled with self-doubt. Thoughts come and go incessantly while you toss and turn in bed, reminding of your life in the surface and your reason to be here. You're suddenly interrupted by a tune coming from the chamber closest to you, the cockpit. Sounds like a transmission request from the communications terminal. Who could it be at this hour? You tiptoe to the cockpit and look at the screen. The caller's location is unknown. You lower the system's volume before answering the call.
Greetings, Locke. Didn't wake you, did I? Just wanted to catch up after all this time. Let's have a quick chat, shall we?
The sight of the one looking at you through the screen is enough to make you feel uneasy.
It's almost time. How are your preparations going? You better be ready, little one. There's only a couple of months left.
Freeze for a moment to try to compose yourself. You reassure Modern Bondo that he'll get the money as agreed.
Really now? You don't sound so sure, brat.
Not as sure as you sounded 6 months ago, at least. I expect no surprises when I come to collect my money, understand? Anyway, you're going to hear from me again soon. Until next time. Marambano hangs up, and you're left alone with your feelings and a headache. Calm. I've got a crew. We've earned money. Take a deep breath and try to calm yourself. You might be far from having all the guarana, but that was just your first job. You still have time before more deliveries. You still have time to more deliveries before the deadline. It's going to be fine. Isn't it? Your thoughts are briefly interrupted by a sneeze coming from the corridor. You open the door to find Bardo. Your cook is standing a bit awkwardly, but quickly fixes his posture with a forced smile. Oh, hello, Locke. I did not know you were awake. Do not mind me. I was just on my way to the kitchen. Late night cravings, if you get what I mean. If you don't mind me asking, is there anything keeping you awake? I couldn't get I'm having problems keeping a steady voice. I don't know why. There's no use hiding it. They would eventually find out, and it's best if you open up. Try to sum up the situation to Bardo, how you got to the skies, and what it cost. Reassure him you will be telling the others when the right moment comes. Bardo seems to lose his balance for a moment, leaning his arm against the wall.
A loan shark? Oh my, this isn't what I joined a caravan for. I'm the type to avoid conflict as much as possible, to be honest. Still, it wouldn't be right for me to quit on you all. As a cook, I'm responsible for everyone's well-being in a way. I will help as I can, Captain. Just promise me you'll be honest with the others, too. Now, if you don't mind, I'll get going. My stomach is growling. You go back to your bed, feeling a bit more relieved.
The others will know eventually. You hope they stay by your side, too. Now it's time to focus on completing a new delivery. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. I would say we did good. We're gonna save. And that's where we're actually gonna end the stream. Stay still. No, stay still. That's where we're gonna end this stream. Thank you for coming out to watch. We'll be back tomorrow with I don't know what specifically. I'm thinking probably Soul Lash. Like, what am I running right now for stuff? Yeah, I think tomorrow will be Soul Lash. But until then, thank you for watching, and see you then.